Hello, everybody. They can hear us now. We're getting set up.
Cool.
Jeff just got mad.
I'm mad at YouTube. It's being temperamental.
Oh, poor Jeff.
Thank you. All right, let me what do I need? I need Last of the Nintendogs rundown.
You need Jesus. I saw what you tweeted about the other day. That's what you need.
They left me no choice.
I don't know what they were thinking with that tweet.
Yeah, right. That's not my fault.
I thought when people were talking about Chef Grubb tweet about April O'Neil, I thought he retweeted a fan art I retweeted. And I was like, oh, okay, that's not that bad. And then I saw the actual tweet, and I was like, come on, man. What are you doing? What is this? Just
It's April O'Neil. That's what it is.
Well,
I thought
April
that being thirsty
OnlyFans.
for April was supposed to be my gimmick.
I think. I mean, turns out there's enough for everybody to go around. At least according to that picture.
Turns out everybody between the age of 34 and
right.
39 has the same problem.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're probably about ready. If I can just get you're huge. Sorry.
You sound like your mom.
that's what April said.
I see what you're doing there.
Master Chief comes.
Jesus.
Gonna get you should hit it with the demonetization right away, you know.
Well, close up of Jeff.
This not gonna get any. Oh, big forehead.
Pores.
Hey, forehead, get the fuck out of here! I'm walking here. What is he manhandling the? What is he doing?
I don't know, but that desk looks very unstable.
Every time he touches, he moves everything. It's like a fucking earthquake.
Fucking Nickelodeon shorts on.
Nicktoons shorts.
Yeah, he said he bought it for $5 at Target.
Cool.
What happened to the Meep trunks? Those were fire.
I think those were a bathing suit. I don't think he's wearing his bathing suit right
I
now.
don't know. He likes
not, though?
he likes to show his legs.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
What is he
Oh,
just-
what
Why
is
there
that
static
sound?
Now? Oh, it's off. Why does he have what appears to be a Steam Deck and Ouya controller hung up on his wall?
Because he has.
That is what I'm seeing right now. It's definitely Steam. Yeah, is that Steam Deck and Ouya?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's
it
pick
is.
this apart.
Looks like the
Does he have
Stadia.
Does he have the Xbox Series Y back there somewhere, just chilling out?
Yeah.
The Series E.
Definitely not. It's not Steam Deck. A Steam controller, whatever the hell they were called.
It's Steam controller.
Yeah, and then I think that's Ouya under it.
Yeah, that's
It
another
looks like
controller.
it looks like the Stadia controller.
Oh, that's a
What is
Stadia
he
one, yeah,
doing?
because the orange things on
Stadia
them.
orange. I do something weird.
Yeah.
Like how
Batman
he
is
didn't even
dead.
say 1 second. I'm gonna adjust something. Just starts doing this.
What is even happening?
I'm waiting for that monitor to fall over. That's what I'm
Yeah,
waiting for.
fine. Maybe it'll fall on him and hurt him.
He said the other day he said like I'm gonna buy a 2x4 to hold the weight of this monitor because it's so huge.
It does seem
Hey,
very
Benji.
big.
All right, there we go. I feel like I'm about to break it. Yes, it's not my fault.
What were you doing?
Trying
What
to
are
fix
you
my
doing?
monitors. They're just this stand is a little bit not optimal, and it keeps causing this one monitor to like almost tip over.
I hope it falls on
That's
you.
what you get,
It's about
number
to.
one Jim Ryan
Hope it
fan.
falls.
All right.
It falls on you and hurts
That's
you.
beautiful. Chef, I didn't get to ask you. Do you like all the friends I got you around you during your stream?
Yes, I think
The
I do.
longest the stream was, and the more friends you get.
Yeah, I was noticing. I was like, oh man, every time I look, there's way more.
What are you talking about?
All right. On my stream, he used to stream elements to like add, like I was streaming Neon White yesterday, and he kept just adding different PNGs of other people around me. So
No.
it'd be
I had to make my
Greg
own
Miller
PNGs.
is a clown. It's like right there, and yeah.
It got a point where I had to start making my own PNGs, but I couldn't find good PNGs of people.
All right, Mike.
Dude,
I think. Wait, hang on. Let me test something.
I'm gonna tweet. I hear that.
Oh.
Christian, I was there for like 5 seconds. I was like, why the hell is Chie dancing on top of Jeff's head?
Jeff doesn't even know Chie. You don't know Chie.
Yeah, Jeff's
I
daughter
asked
tried
Chad
to start
if
streaming
what's a
yesterday.
good waifu, and they said, "Oh, Chef should help Chia Satonaka."
They taught me how to
Okay,
pronounce
I guess.
Chie.
Yeah.
Hey,
Would you say
you
chai?
guys hear me?
I think
Stop
it's
You did say chai.
cheering now.
No, you said chai.
Chai. Okay.
Like a tea?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get
Okay. I think I'm ready. Mike, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right.
Did you tweet? Do you have
raw
the
dogged
rundown open?
I have the rundown open. Do you? Shut up.
Did you tweet it?
No, I didn't.
Did you
tweet.
tweet it?
I have not tweeted yet. Hang on.
I'll tweet.
I'm gonna come.
I told you that one's banned.
I raw dog
That's
it.
a banned word.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right, hang on. Where do I want to put this? Let's put that there.
Believe in yourself. Who can you trust in the middle of the night? Mike's shirt is no longer writing backwards. I know, right? Yes, here's my electrical water pageant shirt.
I'm not the new co-host.
Disney World.
They give me no money from this.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
It's like,
All right, and then I need
Pay
stream
me.
elements, right? That's the other thing I needed, and I need to tweet. All right.
also, can I be a co-host while I'm on bed, like almost falling asleep, half asleep?
No, you got to go back into your mod hole.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm not sure I like that phrase.
don't say that.
I
about
want
me
you
anymore.
talking
Oh,
about
the mods have banned phrases now. Is that what's happening?
Mods have banned phrases. Now we respect banned phrases. Now we don't like words and the power they have. All of a sudden.
Oh yeah, when you're talking about our holes, man, that's not cool.
Okay. It's not your hole, it's our hole, and we're putting you in it.
That's even worse, Mike.
Yeah, that was the end of that first
Man.
Jackass movie, I believe. All right.
Didn't even... Wow.
Okay, I am.
Okay,
I'm
this
ready.
is. I gotta go.
Bye, guys.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, Mike, you good to do this? If
I
count,
am good.
If I count backward from 5, all right.
Wait, no, just got a phone call. Sorry, Father. I'll have to talk to you later. I'm about to talk about video games.
All right. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3.
Hey, you guys hear me? Start cheering now. Yeah, let's get this over with. Yeah.
Woof woof. Hi, I'm Mike Minotti, and I am a Nintendog.
Hi, I'm Jeff Grubb, and I'm a Nintendog.
And we are the last of the Nintendogs. Today is it Nintendo Direct stuff. We're still talking and thinking about that, so that's fun. We're going to be talking about what we would like to see most from a Nintendo Direct, assuming there's going to be one. And I am going to force Jeff to will and echo the Dolphin reboot into existence.
Never!
First, Jeff, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. I got the pool set up for my kids in the backyard. The pool, that like it's a little inflatable pool, but we have like a patio out there, so it's like nice to be able to put that out. And I sat in it with my butt.
Nice. That's what butts are for.
That's what I thought. It was pleasant. It's like, oh yeah, it gets pretty hot in Ohio. The thing is, we're like right on Lake Erie, so it's like
Sure.
it's humid, and something about just like submerging yourself in water helps deal with that humidity. But it's been pleasant. It's like, oh, but it's also like the longest day of the year. Summer's like really here now, so
Yeah,
kind of enjoying getting into like a summertime way of things. They're doing that Star Wars Lego summer vacation movie. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. I like those Lego Star Wars movies. And that is going to be my vibe this summer, Mike, is just Lego Star Wars. So I don't know what that means, but they're purchasing like billboards on me, and I'll be wearing them all the time. So look out for that.
Well, we always know that you're for sale. I had to double check this, Jeff, because I thought that this was our 50th episode. And then I saw that last week's episode was 48, and the week before that was 48. So, yes, this is actually our 50th episode.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I can update that right now by
update
editing
that.
my errors.
Yes.
All right.
Please, please
5,
fix
0.
things. Yes, we did it.
We've done it.
will motivate people to give us money because milestones demand it. That's what Nintendo does, right?
That's right. It works for Nintendo, and
It's
I
like,
don't
it's a
see why it wouldn't
milestone.
work for us.
It's like, oh, it's Mario's 35th birthday. Give us money.
And if you don't, we're gonna execute him. Oh God! All right.
Well, we already
Jeez.
said that.
Yeah.
He's already dead. Now, yeah, so that's why Nintendo is the beneficiary. So that's why you just send directly to them.
That's right. Exactly. Just cut out the middleman. The dead Mario.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. If you want to ask us a question during the show, you can send it in a super chat, and we will read it before the show is over. I'll make Jeff read it. Even it'll be just so sweet. We also have our topic from last week, which was what is the one thing you want to see from the Nintendo Direct. We're going to get to that after the news. So why don't we get to some of this news here, Jeff? How's that sound?
Yeah, let's do it. I want to. What's going on in Nintendo Land, the video game? I don't care about anything else. What's going on in Nintendo Land, the video game?
Well, they announced a Direct, but it is only for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and it is happening on June 22nd. I guess, it's like, oh, it makes sense. There was a rumor a while back, Jeff, that we might get smaller Directs this month
Yeah.
instead of one big one. And this is their next big game. It comes out on July 29th. So before I even ask you how you feel about this, does this kill the hope for any other sort of Direct this month? Or at least does it kill the hope for that big E3 style Direct that we were all sort of hoping for?
I mean, I don't know if it kills the hope for like the big E3 style Direct. I think it it can go one of two ways. It could be that they are doing this because they don't want to spend a lot of time on Xenoblade in their big Direct, or their bigger one is going to be a little bit smaller, and so they're going to focus on this game here, and then they'll focus on the other stuff there, and that other stuff might be partner showcase kind of stuff. I do think there's more yet to come this month from Nintendo's marketing machine. But like whether or not this indicates one way or the other, it's hard to know for sure. It just feels like I wish that we knew, because right now it's easy to be like, oh, okay, this is a game I don't care about as much as some people care about it. And normally by now we would have had Nintendo's E3 sort of thing. And so we're getting this instead. And it kind of feels like, well, am I going to go a while without hearing new things from Nintendo? That kind of doesn't feel great, but we don't know. And last we heard, or at least the rumblings have been, there's something coming at the end of this month, and that's next week still. So that could all still happen. And really, I expect something to still happen.
I expect something to still happen. I guess I do wonder just how big and how exciting it is going to be. Speaking of exciting, Jeff, I'm almost afraid to say, like, oh boy, just Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Every time I say something disparaging about the series, I get yelled at by at least one person. I think
I'll say it. No one cares about these games. Get over it. You're weird.
I tell you what, that is certainly not true. No matter what else I might think, people do, in fact, seem to care. I think last week I complained that the game, it wasn't like deep enough to justify being 80 hours long or whatever. People weren't happy with that, but I stand by it. But maybe this one will be great. Maybe
Who knows? I don't know. I feel like this developer, Monolith, is that right?
Yeah, that's Monolith Soft.
Yeah, that Monolith Soft. I don't know. I feel like they could be doing something that I care about more. I mean, how else do I say this other than just sounding like I'm like, oh, I wish they wouldn't make more Xenoblade games, and that's not what people who are fans of this want to hear. But I mean, that's my truth. That's what's inside of me, is that I would like this team to work on something that has more of an appeal to me. And I think they could. I think if they work on something that is not Xeno next, it seems like they have the tech, they have the development chops, they help with Breath of the Wild and stuff like that. So they know what they're doing. I just kind of wish they would maybe shake up their formula a little bit.
I mean, I even like them making like super JRPG-y kind of stuff, just maybe not Xenoblade. But I don't know. Again, to each their own, right, and all that stuff.
Right,
There's
absolutely.
plenty of Nintendo stuff for me, and I say this all the time, Jeff. Like, I played both those games, and if I beat both of them, I must have enjoyed them somewhat. For some reason, it's after I beat them where I grow a distaste for them
Right.
in weird ways. So I'll probably enjoy playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3 just fine. So I can't be too upset.
Can I ask you this, Mike? So my understanding, maybe Chat can help me. The discourse for Nintendo over the last week has been that people are getting frustrated that there is so much Xenoblade and Fire Emblem and not as much like, I guess, F-Zero and Star Fox coming out of Nintendo these days. To me, that's it feels a little bit like that's not how it works. It's not a zero-sum game. And
Sure.
like the teams that are working on Xenoblade and Fire Emblem would not in a million years be working on F-Zero and Star Fox. So it's just that those teams are doing other things than those games. And these teams continue to work on the games that have been successful for them. But I mean, does that sort of assessment of where Nintendo's at in terms of the games it's focusing on register with you at all?
I think that's just a response, and I think it's from people perhaps like a bit kind of like you as far as being a Nintendo fan, being a fan of like their platformers and their really gamey games.
Sure.
They are right now getting a glut of RPGs, right? Basically. You know, and I hate saying weeb a lot because it kind of has that disparaging quality to it, but you know what I mean. Look, I like weeb games just fine, but it is a bit of a weeby heavy slate at the moment. Games with a lot of, you know, attractive anime characters swinging swords and using magic, right?
Right.
A lot of those.
And and it's hard to I'll be this person because it's true. Like a lot of that stuff looks the same to me. I know it's not the same, but like, as someone who's like kind of too busy to suss out exactly what I'm looking at, and this is true of like anime across the board, or like manga, where I see manga, I'm like, man, people seem to really like this stuff. Where should I start? And I see a menu of different like manga in front of me and different anime, and I'm like, this kind of all looks the same to me. And I know it's not, but that's where it all gets filed into the same place in my brain. And so I think that's what's happening here is a lot of these games. People are looking at them and can't really tell the difference because they're not like familiar with the genre or these games in overall, and they're just kind of filing them into the same place. Because really, in the reality, we're not getting that many of these games. We got the Xenoblade Chronicles every couple of years, and really, there's been several years between many of them. And then Fire Emblem. We got a Fire Emblem a couple years ago, and then we got a Fire Emblem Heroes a couple of years ago. Now we're getting another Fire Emblem Heroes, and they're Fire Emblem, but those are like years between, and they're very different kinds of games, the Heroes and the core Fire Emblem games. So I think people are filing these things in the same place in their brain, and they're really not all that similar, even though if the characters can have that vibe, just someone like me who is obviously a Philistine.
Right, but you know, and I do understand the frustration of saying like, man, where is the new F-Zero? Where is the new Star Fox? If you know we're getting so much farm, but we talked about this before, Jeff. These games are doing well right now, and there's been a mainstreamification of anime, of JRPGs, and a lot of that stuff for a while now. That's mainstream. It can do really well.
I just moved to the Cleveland area, and I went to a Walmart around here for the first time, and it's a regular Walmart. And then it did have a manga section. There was just a bunch of Japanese comics right there in the middle of, you know, the Budweiser graphic T-shirts and stuff. Like, so that's how far we've come. And so it makes a lot of sense that a company like Nintendo be like, yeah, let's double down on this. And you know, from like Intelligent Systems point of view, Intelligent Systems is not a Nintendo owned company, right? They got it. Like, we saw this with Alpha Dream. Alpha Dream made a bet in the wrong direction and tried to do remasters for the 3DS, thinking that would be a safe bet. But they're pitching these things to Nintendo, and they're partners, absolutely. And Nintendo has to like give the green light and has ideas that they want these teams to work on. But overall, Intelligent Systems has to make its own bottom line, and these games succeed. So when they do, and they know they can get another contract with Nintendo, if they pitch another Fire Emblem game, well, it's going to keep happening. So to me, it's just not too surprising. It's kind of business working itself out.
Yep, absolutely. All right, Jeff, next thing I have here. So IGN, as a part of its Summer of Gaming thing going on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, is promising a world premiere exclusive that's going to steal the show. And this tweet just has an audio file, and maybe this is just wish fulfillment, Jeff. When I play this audio file, it sounds like dolphin noises, like when they're played not in water, like what it would sound like if it was just being played in the air. Jeff, am I crazy? Am I trying to will an Echo the Dolphin sequel or reboot into existence? Or are we actually getting Echo the Dolphin news in the year of our Lord 2022?
I don't know. I haven't heard this yet. I haven't heard this yet.
Want me to send it to you?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
But I'll say, so either we're in the plot line of Star Trek 4, A Journey Home, or
yeah, that's exactly what it made me think of.
Right. So then, yeah, maybe you're onto something there. I would say that in HD, Echo the Dolphin filling up an entire 16:9 screen, still 2D, with just like gorgeous, like animated backgrounds and stuff that just kind of looks like it's a combination of lifelike graphics and Genesis graphics. And then like, really solid dolphins swimming in and out of the water gameplay. Like that stuff can always there's a lot of games like that surfing game that I played on the damn Crank thing. Like that was basically just a dolphin game flying in and out of water. Like you could do a lot of really fun stuff with that. So that would really work. I think that could be really cool, but I don't know. I don't know if that's what they're going to be talking about.
The Echo the Dolphin franchise has so much potential. I mean, as much as I do like the Genesis games, I almost like them more than they deserve in some ways. They are wonky and kind of unforgiving in a lot of ways. And then there's like the Dreamcast game that everyone praises and nobody remembers, Defender of the Future.
Yes.
We talk about that. It's like this forgotten game that got great reviews at the time. And no one, even like amongst like Dreamcast fans, they talk about the best Dreamcast games. No one talks about Echo, Defender of the Future. I once interviewed, it was like somebody in charge of .emu, and I kind of like told them my dream game for them would be Echo. And he's like, yeah, me too. I've pitched it before. Well, I don't know. So like, it's not crazy for somebody like a .emu or whatever to say we want to do.
Yeah.
There it is. Right?
That's got to be a dolphin. What else could it be? Wait,
some people think it sounds like a boss from Knights, apparently.
Okay, but the Knights weirdos are true weirdos. They think about Knights no matter what you do. All right, let's shed ourselves.
You terrified the Jeff. That sounds like a dolphin.
Yes.
Come on.
Let's shed ourselves of our biases and try it one more time. Think about anything else that might be other than a dolphin. All right, here we go.
I think it's a dolphin.
I think it's a dolphin, Mike. I'm pretty sure that's a dolphin.
I think they're announcing Echo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to stop. Sorry. I'm trying to delete it. I'm sorry. All right.
I mean, well, Sega said they wanted to bring back their old franchises, right?
Right. I mean, I didn't think they were going to go straight to Echo, but I'm kind of glad they are.
I'm super glad they are. I think, let's do a poll. Ask people right now, is that a dolphin or not?
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see if we're just
all right.
Crazy, because it happens sometimes.
Is that alarming sound a dolphin?
Please, Jeff. I just need it. I got to figure out what's 10 a.m. So at 1 p.m. Pacific or 1 p.m. Eastern, Jeff. We got to be tuning in to IGN for this big Echo the Dolphin reveal.
Well, okay, so a world premiere exclusive is about to steal the show. What show are they talking about? Is this IGN Summer of Gaming? Okay. Keep an eye on, and it's presented by Sega. And it is like, it does like the thing that they're showing us is like a recording file, like the sound wave file, and it's a red line. It's also got like there is like scratches like on the film, like film dust. And
yeah, it almost
scratches
seems
and stuff.
like if you look at the picture, you'd almost think you get horror vibes from it. Now, Echo is kind of has horror vibes.
Sure,
it kind of has. It's kind of a creepy game. Oh man, I don't know, Jeff. Our chat is like it's relatively 50-50, but like slightly in favor of saying it's not a dolphin.
What the hell does chat think it is?
Yeah, like it sounds so much like a dolphin. It sounds like a dolphin. Again, like if you took the sound and played it so that it wasn't in the water. So like, yeah, in Star Trek 4, they got the weird noise, and when they played it like it was underwater, then they figured out somebody must be able to do that right now, right?
Yeah, you know what?
I'm Star Trek for it.
I almost let me see if I can Star Trek for it. I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna open up Adobe Premiere. Hang on.
Just get your phone and put it underwater.
Yeah, that's a great idea. All right, now it's 51%. Yes.
Journalist.
Yes. All right, hang on. All right, we can keep going on with the show, but I'm gonna do this in the background. Yes. I'm gonna
Add reverb to it, Jeff.
Dolphin.
Dolphinate it. Underwater noise it.
Dolphin.Premiere project. Okay, here we go.
Oh baby. The only other thing really, Jeff, is that Pokemon Snap is coming to NSO on June 24th. This was the last of the ones that they said were coming to Nintendo Switch Online's Nintendo 64 offerings. So I guess the question is, what's next? Are we getting more Nintendo 64 games after this that they didn't talk about? or are we gonna finally see Game Boy Color, something new?
We're going right to GameCube. Here we go, baby. Yeah, probably more N64 games.
They're probably adding Dreamcast games, and we're getting Echo Defender of the Future.
Okay, there you go. Now you're thinking with Dolphin power. Yeah, I think we're probably going to get another slew of the N64 games that ever, like, we keep thinking that they're already on there and they're not, and then finally they get Wave Race on there.
There's still so many essentials like that, 1080, and we still think GoldenEye's probably gonna happen. Some other rare things like Blast Core, Donkey Kong 64, Conquer are probably still good. There's still a lot of Nintendo 64 games to get to.
Right. Okay. Let me.
How's the Dolphication going?
Oh, hang on. I got to do some math. All right. Google, what is the speed of sound in water?
Google, triangulate this noise verification.
What is the speed of sound in air? All right. Okay. So it's like. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Oh, that's miles per hour versus. Okay. Oh man, I got to do conversions.
Oh my God, Jeff! That's Jeff. You're earning that fancy Giant Bomb salary right now. Let's go.
Well, I'll play this on the show tomorrow because my show tomorrow is going to be before that thing. So.
That's right. Oh, you're going to confirm it. You're like, guess what, everybody? Echo's back. Jeff, how stupid are we going to look when this is?
Oh, very stupid. But I'm ready to look that stupid. Let's see. Okay. So speed, we want it to be 50%. Let's just go with that. Let's give that a shot. And then let me move this audio. All right. I'm almost ready. But if there's anything else you want to talk about, we could do that. And then
Jeff, I am so distracted by the possibilities of this. I don't even know if I could focus on it. I already pretended to.
Isn't that more Dolphinish? That was 50%.
That was 50. Like, look, this wasn't an exact science. It definitely sounded underwatery as all hell.
Yeah. Come on, everybody.
Play it again.
All right, play it again. We're playing it again. Oh, wait, I got to start. Let me move the scratch back here. Okay. I mean, okay, there's like maybe an explosion happening as well, but I don't.
It's like a scary thing too.
Yes.
It's not just a dolphin.
All right. Let's try one more time. Let's slow it down a little bit more. I'm gonna do 25%. All right. Oh, I almost did 525%. Maybe we can do that.
25%.
All right, enhancing.
It hits.
Whoa. All right. Well, I think that speaks for itself.
Maybe if we slow down any noise, it begins to sound like underwater.
You shut your mouth. It's time to believe.
I am getting my hopes up, Jeff.
All right, and here it is at 200%, and then we'll move on with our lives. All right.
That sounded like a monkey nut. You know what? I got it. That's why it sounds scarier and why the video looks weird. They put it on a space station so that they were hoping Jeff Keighley would grab it,
right?
Because it would be a sci-fi horror game.
That's
and
right.
Jeff Keighley is like, what the fuck is Echo the Dolphin? Then he asked Hideo Kojima if Echo the Dolphin is cool, and Hideo said no. So he said, get that shit out of here. So then they had to go. They couldn't get the Summer Game Fest, so now they're on IGN Summer of Gaming instead.
There you go. Exactly. You had to fall down all the way to IGN Summer of Gaming. I love you, IGN. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and then after that, they'd be coming to the Game Mess, but they didn't have to stoop that low.
All right. Oh no. Okay. Wolfram Alpha is struggling to get me the speed of sound in water versus air. So okay, I'm moving on with my life, Mike. I'm still convinced.
I think it's confirmed.
I think it's confirmed. You're right.
We did it.
Congratulations.
We convinced the chat a bit. It's 54%. Yes. No, they're
Dr. Minotti. Well done. I concur.
Case closed, bitch.
I think you'll find that you'll agree.
Jeff, we have some questions from the Discord community. I hope they're all about Echo. How excited are you going to be if they announce a new Echo?
I'm gonna lose my mind now. Yeah,
I'm gonna be so excited. Oh my god, it's great. It's gonna be great actually, because now if it's not Echo, I'm gonna have a weird emotional response to whatever it is. It's good all around.
If it is Echo, it's going to be, I think, legitimately, it might be the most excited I am about an announcement this summer at this point. Like, based on everything else we got, like, yeah.
Yeah, you're not a Monkey Island fan like I
Yes,
am. So,
exactly.
or you don't care about Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy 16. So yes, this is the one for you.
Oh man.
All right, Dr. Turbo says, hey boys, the community is answering what is our biggest wishes for the Direct. But I want to ask the opposite. What would be the biggest disappointment possible from the theoretical Direct? What would be the biggest? I mean, from what we've been saying, it sounds like almost getting more like Japanese RPGs at this point, right?
Yeah. Right. If there was nothing like yeah, I guess for lack of a better term, like one of those gamey games. Like if we don't get anything from Metroid, Star Fox, F-Zero, like Mario, like I would like just give us one of those and I'll be okay probably. And if we don't get anything, that would be kind of a bummer. But I mean, or if they're gonna stick with RPGs, like maybe just do something that feels a little bit different, like Golden Sun, bring Golden Sun back or something like that. But
yeah, but I hope when they bring Golden Sun back, it has like this interesting art style or that kind of captures that look of the original.
I agree.
It doesn't just also look like a Xenoblade game now.
Yes,
or Fire Emblem
definitely, 100%. Yes, that's kind of that's kind of baked into when I'm talking about that. I kind of want to like maintain that look of that first game because I think it's so striking.
God Rizla says, hey, Beef and Cheddar boys, what are the chances that on the next Switch we see a lot more games that are fully on the carts, i.e. Resident Evil Origins Collection only gives you Resident Evil 0, other games that require a download before playing, etc. Kind of sucks for preservation of the Switch version of these games. It bums me out that I can't own these collections physically on my Switch. I don't think that is going to change. I think you still are going to have these instances where game collections will have like one of the games on the cart and then there'll be a download code for another.
Yeah, games are just getting bigger and bigger, and like the card sizes are not keeping up with that.
Beefhammer asks, what's your biggest worry for how Nintendo might screw up with the Switch 2? Mine is backwards compatibility, as they've never had digital purchases carry over to the next console yet. Or maybe I should worry about the continued use of the phone app. Yeah, those are both really big, worrisome points, Jeff. Like, I worry about that. I worry about them slamming some really stupid gimmick onto it. Like the first wave of games. Now, granted, the Switch had those also, and it's very easy for them to just stop using those after a little bit.
After like one day, yeah.
Right, literally after 1-2 Switch days. Yeah, they were able to just abandon those. So, but yeah, backwards compatibility is a huge deal. I don't want to like imagine if they were like we were making a new service to give you SNES games. We can't just have the one year release for a Switch. No, and here's 5 games for now. We're gonna slowly dole out all those other games again over 3 years.
Yeah.
That would be a nightmare.
Yes,
it's
it would.
still possible.
Yep.
It's Sub Enoch Toretto says, no question this week. Just a reminder that the new Donk City Festival level leading up to that rooftop performance concert is beyond amazing, and I wish Nintendo would give us gems like it more often. Love you and all that you do. That is a top tier gamer moment. Dare I say it? That's one of those things when I was like reviewing that game. I just wanted to go and scream to everybody about how amazing that one little sequence was.
Yeah, more games should just have moments like that where it's like, hey, we're just celebrating and you're going to be part of it, and it's going to have a ton of great visual effects. It's fantastic. I love that level.
But it's still like a game that you're playing the entire time. Yeah,
exactly.
Super creative and fun. Tampa Bop Lightning says, woof woof to my dogs. Not so much a question this week as a recommendation. I've been playing Neon White on my Switch all weekend, and I think it's tailor-made for some classic Mike versus Jeff speed running battles. Never mind, Jeff's already playing. Jeff, sell Mike on the game. I was watching you and Dan playing it already. This looks like a very fun game. I guess my question is this really something I should play on my Switch, or should I get this on PC?
Well, you should get it on PC because that's where my scores are going to be. But people have been having a lot of fun with it on the Switch as well. We'll talk about the game a little bit today, just because it is available everywhere. It has gyro controls. I know some people like that. So and if you do get good at it on Switch, the scores seem to be a little bit slower, so you have a better chance of like performing better there or something like that. But yeah, I would get it on PC to play with us.
Hosp says, hello, dogs. Oh, hey, yo, dogs, excuse me. Is the Xenoblade 3 Direct the only thing we should expect from Nintendo this month? Jeff, I think we're going to hear about at least one other game this month aside from Xenoblade, but beyond that, I don't know.
Right. It sounds like, I don't know, it sounds like there's a lot of other third-party stuff yet to happen this month, which, So I think what that means to me is at the very least, Nintendo needs to do something for its third-party partners. Whether that means a full direct or not, it's, again, impossible to tell for me anyhow.
Pennywise says, "Happy days, beef in cheddar dogs." Not really a question, but just wanted to give a big shout out to you and the mods on how generally impressed I am with your guys' audio quality and consistency after all these years. Listen to several gaming podcasts, and it amazes me how some of the biggest sites with the highest budgets constantly have disrupting and annoying audio issues. Yet I really have issues hearing you guys, even while you're presumably tunneling out of Nintendo jail behind a Daisy pinup poster. Seriously, though, I really appreciate how such a small team delivers consistent quality and technical stability, not mental stability. We all love when Mike loses it. When do I ever lose it? Don't ever change. Thank you, Pennywise. We have our fair share of technical difficulties ourselves. We had to completely give up on an episode for the first time in a while a few weeks ago when we tried to do it from the hotel. Granted,
Right.
It was from a hotel, so nobody was too surprised.
Right, and I'm still having a lot of echo, but people seem to be very patient with it.
It's not very bad.
It's not very. It's getting much better. It's still and just enough to bother me, but I just got to put art up on the wall, and I think I'll probably be good to
They're
start putting up
Daisy
some more
posters.
baffling. My Daisy posters, absolutely.
Bench JC says, "Hey, beef men. I know both of you are massive Xenoblade fans. Man, we just spent most of the show shitting on that franchise. Almost a bit much. I do feel bad." So he says, "So what are you looking forward to from this Xenoblade Direct?" What am I looking forward?
I want to see the boobs on the swords. Like, just show them to me. Just show them to me.
Just at this point, like, come on, what are we trying?
I
don't know.
Yeah.
I want to see the combat system, and I want the combat system to be slightly less convoluted than 2's was. I'll say that. One up versus, which that was such a backhanded thing to say, but it's true. One up versus.
I just can't wait to see how they're gonna make this one good.
Can't wait to see if this one's not shitty like the last one. One up versus CPU says, "What are you hoping for from a potential Final Fantasy Tactics return?" Jeff, I know you like the Game Boy Advance one.
Yes, I do.
A lot. That one doesn't quite do it for me. It just doesn't take itself quite seriously enough. It's a lot
That's
of
what makes it
fun.
better.
I know that's what you like about it. I would want one that is much more full on, like
Sure.
medieval old timey drama, like the first one is. Like, I would probably just want another remake. If it's just another remaster remake of the first one, that's fine. But if not, I would almost like it to be almost a direct sequel or something like that. But I think you would be fine with something that's just like the Game Boy Advance one again, where it was super gamey and the story took a backseat and all.
Yeah,
that
if we're
stuff.
getting a new one, yes, I would just throw me into a bunch of tactics stuff with really cool characters and really cool enemies and really cool looking isometric battle arenas, and I'm good. But if they do go more towards the PlayStation version, even if they do the story, just find a way to keep it speedy, keep you in gameplay quite often. I'm okay with like the dramatic stuff as long as the pacing is okay. It just was too slow for me, the original.
The best thing about those games is the job system. So as long as that's there, I would be happy.
Yes, that's true.
Gerbear says, "Hey guys, what's the most jumbled up order you've played through a Nintendo franchise? For me, it's probably Metroid, which went Fusion, fantastic. Zero Mission, great. Samus Returns 3DS, meh. Super Metroid's all right. Oh my god. And then Dread someday. I can't believe that he just called Super Metroid's all right. I feel like a lot of people have played the Metroid games out of order. How many people have actually been like, I played Metroid from the NES first?
Yeah, and then the Game Boy game, right? And then
Yeah, so Metroid seems like a pretty popular answer, and I think I probably have a pretty similar experience. Although at a certain point after Fusion, I just started playing them when they came out. But otherwise, I'm so old, Jeff, that I grew up with most of these franchises, so a lot of them I just kind of was playing them as they were happening.
Yeah, same.
Turbo Man says, as we enter the second half of 2022, what is the dog's most anticipated Nintendo game for the rest of this year? Gotta be Xenoblade Chronicles 3, right? Gosh, so we already had Mario Strikers, and then, I mean, for you, it's probably Advance Wars, which presumably is going to come out some point this year, right?
Yeah, I still think they sneak it out at the end of this year, but that's where I'm at. That's just a guess.
And I'm looking forward to it a good bit myself. But man, now I'm trying to think like what else is coming out. Because again, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, meh. So
It's getting pretty good reviews, but I mean, I suppose that's
it's getting.
I bet at this point that's people who
Muso reviews.
Right, that's people who know they like Muso games too reviewing it.
Splatoon 3. I know it's for games.
Oh, I am super in the mood for Splatoon 3, so that's actually my number one.
That's it. Yeah, Splatoon 3. Absolutely.
Splatoon 3 is gonna be fun.
Great. Winnie says, "What's the anatomy of a leak? Are there any insights you can give to how what you hear changes over time and how you interpret it, like with Metroid Prime Remastered?" Jeff, give us an anatomy lesson.
Yeah, so the Metroid Prime one is mostly an insight into like you hear like I heard that they're doing stuff with the Metroid Prime, like the original games, and I took that to mean like, oh, okay, they are going to do Metroid Prime trilogy because that's the thing people always say they want, and that's the thing that makes sense. And I just filled in that blank myself, and then when I started hearing more about it, it became very clear. It's like it's just a remaster of the original game, and other stuff might happen with 2 and 3 later. And I was able to be like, oh, okay, I made a mistake in interpreting the data I was getting a little bit
It's
too
a mistake
broadly.
I think a lot of people would have made if you told me,
Right.
like, oh, they're doing something with the Metroid Prime. Like, I was like, oh, the trilogy, just like they did before. I would not assume only Metroid Prime 1.
Right, exactly. But it's like that just goes to show it's like it is very easy to fill in blanks yourself with it when you don't know for sure, and then just assume that's true. So one thing I learned from that is to like be careful with that and only say what I know for sure to be true is true, and then anything else can be speculation. But to delineate that pretty clearly, every leak is different. Every story is a little bit different in how I'm able to track stuff down. I'll tell you, a lot of times I get a lot of stuff that I can't talk about because I don't know if it's true or not. But I get a pretty good sort of network of people who I know for sure know what they're talking about and wouldn't steer me wrong. And I can usually get a piece of information verified by them, and then that helps verify the rest of this other leak. And I can kind of like the I'll drink your milkshake thing, sort of surround the leak from the outside and verify all these other little pieces of it. And then a web sort of builds where it's like, okay, I feel more comfortable talking about this now. But again, everything's different.
Mean, I'll drink your milkshake. That's gross. What does that mean?
Have you ever seen There Will Be Blood?
No.
Okay, so it's reference where he's like,
I know I should.
Yeah, there's
turned
like,
it back on me, and now I feel ashamed.
Yeah,
for my actions indeed.
There's like the oil field, but the way that you get to the oil in this one field, because this guy won't sell his oil, is to surround it and buy all the oil fields around it, and you just sop it up out of there. And so it's basically what I mean by that always is you can't always just like, oh, one person's going to be able to verify all this information. Instead, you have to sort of get around the periphery and surround it and verify all the edge parts of it, and then that sort of like gets you work towards the center from the outside. And that's just the way I think about it. But again, it's different every single time.
All right, next one here from Lossian saying, "Hey guys, hope your week was good. Questions. Jeff, don't comment on my order Grubb and Mike, Batman is Dead Minotti.
That's right.
What are your thoughts on digital releases coming out before physical ones, i.e. Shredder's Revenge? I want to play it, but I don't like not having a physical copy. Do you have certain genres of games you get on certain systems, i.e. beat 'em ups on Switch, FPS on Xbox?" On the first question, Jeff, I mean, I almost feel bad about it because, like, mostly because of peer pressure, because there are some people who are so righteous, seems like it has a negative connotation. People who are very righteous about physical copies. And I just don't care anymore. I really just don't. I'm just completely fine owning these things digital. And like when I have a physical copy of the game, a lot of times I like it. Sometimes it's inconvenient. But I can't pretend to be upset about that kind of thing anymore. So I don't care if a game comes out digitally before the physical ones. I mean, what does that tell you? It tells you that physical games are a novelty to a lot of people.
Right, they're already at the place where like vinyl is in a lot of tiers of games. For like indie games, a physical release is already like where vinyl is, where it's like, oh, there's an audience that needs to have it physical, and for them, we will sell it to them, but we're going to work with boutique sort of publishing houses, like what is it? The retro game publishers. I can't think of their names right now, but yeah. But they'll do that, and you could buy from them, and sometimes it'll even be a little bit more expensive, or there'll be a special edition that you need to buy. But yeah, for most people, the digital version is going to be more than enough.
Yes. And then the second, we'll get to that. The second point of the question: do you play certain genres of games on certain systems? Yeah, I do actually like having my beat 'em ups on the Switch, although my favorite beat 'em up in recent years, River City Girls, I played on Xbox. I think it was on Game Pass for a while. And then shooters, I generally really prefer playing on my PC, actually. And I still prefer playing JRPGs either on my Switch or PlayStation. So, do you think about like that, Jeff? Do you think this genre goes here?
I'm sorry, like this genre goes on a certain platform? Is that what it is?
Yeah, like will you only buy, say, shooters on Xbox
Yeah.
or puzzle games on your Switch or things like
I
that?
am at a point where I'm almost exclusively playing shooters on PC. Indie games, before the Steam Deck, it was 100% on Switch where available, and then and these days everything's on the Steam Deck if I can get it on Steam Deck. So that's kind of where I'm at with things.
Vision 49 just says, "Where Metroid?" Let's assume he means the Metroid Prime remake, and not Prime 4, because Prime 4 we're not going to hear about this year. I'd be surprised if we did. I mean, I hope we hear about the Prime remake soon.
It'd be cool if we got an update on it, but it's like, it also is, we still know it's got to be pretty far away. They're not, and they have Zelda to sell us first, so they're going to focus on Zelda first. And that's, I mean, I suppose Metroid Prime 4 in some world could come out at the end of next year, but yeah, I think that we need to get this direct out of the way, this upcoming direct. And if it has any first party information and it doesn't have Metroid Prime remaster, then I'll reassess. But for now, until I hear different, I'm expecting it later this year, and I'm expecting it probably around the anniversary time.
Major Arms Blazer says, "Hi, Nintendolphins. Want to ask, as you age, what are some things you cared about in video games that don't matter to you as much anymore? Also want to give a shout out to the late Etika. Rest in peace to a legend. I miss his direct reactions." Gosh, what are things? I mean, we talked about this before, Jeff, both of us. You a bit more extremely so than me. Don't really care about stories as much as we used to. I can still get into it sometimes, but like it used to be, I got excited about the prospect of like an epic narrative. And really, stuff like that. And now I almost find it more tiresome than anything else. I mean, I think a lot of people gotten over achievements to the point where I was like, why doesn't Nintendo have achievements? And now, don't care about that exactly per se. Anything else you can think of? Something you used to care about in a game that just like in gaming that just doesn't matter to you very much anymore?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, achievements is one for sure. I don't know. Maybe mini games online, like online multiplayer. There was a period of time where if a game was coming out and had any sort of like shooting, like a Metroid Prime 3 or 2, whatever, you had to have online multiplayer, and I definitely don't care about that in most games anymore. Most games should just go without. And if you're a multiplayer game, you should just kind of be a multiplayer game and not worry about the other side of stuff. So, but yeah, beyond that, I don't know. It's like physical games, the things we already talked about. But yeah.
Physical games a bit. That's another one. Doc7 says, "Hello, Nintendogs. If you had the opportunity to remake a game that's generally considered bad with the intent of fixing its issues, as with Castlevania Rebirth, which one would it be? I would choose Mario Sunshine. I loved every other 3D Mario, and the island setting. Have it started multiple times, but I inevitably hit a mission that's unfun and quit." So yeah, this is interesting. What's like a mediocre or bad game that you would remake? I wonder if you could remake Metroid Other M.
That's Domino Crossing immediately said that too. That's a good one. You could probably make that pretty good.
I wonder, like, is it even worth like remaking Sticker Star and making that better? I don't
probably
know.
not.
What would you do? You have to make a new game already to make that better.
I don't know. I think they could probably fix a lot of the Paper Mario games by really just shaping up the combat. Like even the most recent one, it's not like a bad game, Origami King. But I just wish the combat was more fun. And I mean, Sticker Star's problem is much bigger than that, though. Although the combat also sucked. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's just everything's wrong with Sticker Star. So what the heck do you do?
Right.
I guess the fact that it has stickers is itself an awful idea.
Right.
Although kind of is. Even the stickers suck. So yeah. I don't know. Can we make Wario World, but like make that better?
Yeah,
that's fine right now.
That's probably a pretty good one that you could probably, because I was gonna say Wii Music, and that's another one that just seems unsalvageable.
Yeah. Wario World should be a fantastic game. It kind of obsessed me that it's not. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the kind of game where it's like, you just put that on GameCube and you make it like a sort of a nonstop thrill ride with Wario, and it's a bit slow and plodding.
Yeah. it does feel like the bare minimum of taking Wario's 2D mechanics and putting him into a 3D game.
Right.
So maybe there you go. That's the answer. Wario World. Then Colin says, "Hey doggies, I'm currently playing Amori on Xbox Game Pass, a game that apparently has been out on Switch for over a year. I have played a handful of indie games on my Switch, but Game Pass has been a real opportunity to check out smaller stuff. Are we in a golden age of indie games? We've been in a golden age of indie games for a while, and it felt like it did dip for a little bit there, Jeff. But even the dips, we were still getting major things like Hades and stuff, and it does seem like Game Pass has been a great way for some of these games to once again kind of have guaranteed money and guaranteed exposure. So that's been good for it. I don't know if I would call this the golden age per se, in that it's different significantly than the state of indie games, say 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think a golden age kind of needs to be at it is almost like we are going from a time where it's like kind of undefined to like here's a few things that define this age. Like the golden age of TV is like when The Sopranos and a few other things came onto the scene. And so I think, you know, by those metrics, it probably was like 2008, 2009 with Xbox Live Summer of Arcade and things like that. But still, to this day, like I think that we're getting more, like probably more great indie games now than we've ever gotten before. And it's just kind of, and that's just because there's more to indie developers working than ever before. Almost every day there's a new one coming onto the scene. So yeah, it's still a very good time for indie games.
The current age was never the golden age, Jeff.
Yes.
Also, correction from chat for calling. Apparently, Omori just also came out for Switch. It's been on Steam for a year.
Okay,
so,
fair enough.
But yeah, I don't even know what this game is, so everyone's ahead of me on this one. Okay, Jeff, that is it for that. Why don't we read the community topic, and then we can do all of these super chats towards the end there, so we can do them all in one go. How does that sound to you?
Sure, sounds good to me.
All right, Jeff. We asked everybody what they are wanting the most from the next Nintendo Direct. I will say, I actually do just want to finally see Metroid Prime remake. Even more
it's
than
time.
Wind Waker. Like, I just want to see that. Even though it wouldn't necessarily be the most exciting thing in the world, it just bothers me that we haven't seen it, and I would feel better. I would feel relieved, right? It's like the relief you probably felt when they had Hideo Kojima come out in the Summer Game Fest just to say he's making that Cloud game, right?
Yes.
Like, I would just feel better knowing that, yes, that is real. It is happening. Let's go.
Yeah. And I kind of, I mean, to that same token, and you know, I know this clashes what we said earlier, but I would like just to see that Fire Emblem game that I heard about just get announced. That would be very cool. But honestly, if I'm like thinking about what I need to have happen at this thing, it is probably going back to one of these old franchises that have been dead for too long, and bringing them back. And that you know, not just F-Zero, but anything like that. F-Zero.
I know your big ones would be F-Zero, 1080. I
Yes.
almost said 1080p snowboarding and Wave Race. I know
Yes,
those are your dream
yes,
ones.
and or Excite, like anything in the Excite series, like. And honestly, of those, maybe the one that I think would be the most exciting is Excite. Like, just do something fun with that brand. They always do. They were all very good, from Excite Bike to Excite Bike 64, and then Excite Trucks and Excite Bots, I think was the other one. They're all pretty fun to play. And so I would love them just to be like, hey, yeah, we can go back to that. And they've shown that they're willing to do that. And I just hope that we can see. So I hope it's just like not, oh, another one of these directs went by and we got nothing from that era. And yeah, I just don't want to come out with that feeling.
Yeah, basically, they're kind of non-Mario, like Wii sporty games, right? We haven't really felt much from that part of the Nintendo world. Even if you throw Punch-Out into that mix.
Punch-Out too, yes. If we got a new Punch-Out, that would count for me for that feeling that I'm talking about. That would be fantastic. Although I would want Next Level to do it, and they just released a game, so they could take a little bit of time if they need it.
Maybe there's so little content in it because they're also working on Punch-Out, right?
I would be okay with that if that's the case. Yeah.
But there are a lot of people still complain about the lack of content in Mario.
Yeah.
I think it helps us a lot, Jeff, that this is practically our first installment in the series, so maybe we don't know what we're missing, but I'm just having fun.
Yep, I'm having a good time.
Pablo Cos said that for his answer, easy, Hollow Knight's Silk Song shadow dropping the same day. Jeff, is there any way that would happen for Silk Song here now they also had some kind of an advertising deal with Xbox? Like, are they really going to have two masters here?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's a chance, but probably not. The I just think that once they're, because the thing is, they would probably have to have like take the time to make an extra asset. Like, okay, we made something to show at the Xbox showcase. Are we really going to make something different to show it in Nintendo Direct? Because I don't think Nintendo's just going to show the same thing again. So I would say probably not, that we don't see Silk Song here.
Low Rule says, I think my biggest pop off would be a new 2D Zelda or Oracle remake.
Oh yeah,
a new
that'd be
2D
good.
Zelda would be pretty cool.
Or an Oracle remake, yeah, it'd be very
Oracle
cool.
remakes would be fantastic. You still haven't played those, right? Do you even own those?
I did. I don't know if I have them still. I found all my Game Boy games and it wasn't there with them, so I don't know. Hey, sorry. My favorite Red Wings player won the Calder Trophy. Hooray! More
Wow,
cider, everybody. Woo!
Los Clover says Dead or Alive volleyball remake starring Crystal Fox. I mean, it wouldn't be. It's almost only slightly more ridiculous than Mario, Peach, and Luigi being in NBA Street on the GameCube, right?
Yes.
So why not? Breadfish says Pikmin 4, which isn't completely out of the realm of possibility.
No, very possible.
Velocity Prime 1 says, finally a look at Metroid Prime 4. I'm still just not expecting Metroid Prime 4.
I suppose if they talk about Metroid Prime Remaster, though, wouldn't they have to give an update on Metroid Prime 4?
We'll see the logo again.
Yeah, we'll see the logo again. Okay, yeah.
Run Robo Joe says the Zelda and Metroid ports and a surprise look at the next Mario game. I mean, that would be maybe the quote unquote biggest thing they could show is Mario Odyssey 2 or whatever that is. I'm not sure if it's time yet. You know me, I'm kind of I think that's going to be a launch game for the Switch 2 boat.
Yes.
I don't think they talk about it until they talk about the Switch 2. It'll be like the same day. Soji Kodo says, what I want the most, the long-rumored Zelda ports that Nintendo are supposedly keeping in their back pocket. Will they get an announcement and a release date for some time at the end of the year? I feel very similar to that as I do with the Metroid Prime one thing. Let's just get these things out there.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could see a world where they have like a remake of Oracle of Seasons and Ages, and so they hold on to those ports one more year, but man, that would be very frustrating.
It is. Let me play Wind Waker already.
Mm-hmm.
Cat Guy Neko says, is it Neko or Nico? I know N-E-K-O, some kind of a Japanese cat word.
Yeah, I think it's Nico.
Nico. Cat Guy Nico says, I know it's kind of a cop-out answer, but my favorite things are always the surprising announcements no one sees coming. I mean, yeah, that's absolutely true.
Agreed.
Yeah. Like, I remember how just say Jeff was when they announced it.
So they're saying Turbo Sean, our resident Mega Weeb, says Neko.
Netco. Okay, gotcha. Thanks, Weebs.
Net Company. The network company.
Okay. I'll say Jeff was when they announced the Link's Awakening remake. Because again, nobody thought that was coming. And then when it did, it was really cool. Ezip says a brand new Bugs Bunny game made by the Mario team, if not at a cap that allows you to burrow in Odyssey 2. Was there nothing that lets you burrow in Odyssey 1? There's no burrowing.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Kirby burrowed in the new Kirby game. There's burrowing there.
I'm a big fan of burrowing. Mina the Hollower burrows a lot in that demo, and that was very good.
You know that there's burrowing in Minish Cap. So.
Yes, that's true. I think I did play up to that point at least.
Bench JC says, I would love a new Mario and Luigi game. Those games were my childhood. My first game I ever owned was Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. I have a sore spot with that game right now, Jeff. When I got my first DS, I think I was around 3, and the game had been out for a bit. Those games all hold a special place in my heart, and I love the remakes, unlike most people. A new entry in the series would be the highlight of the Direct.
That would be cool if they found a way to bring this back. Sorry, keep going.
I know Alpha Dream is no longer with us, but someone else has got to be able to take up the mantle. I don't think anyone else is going to take up the mantle, Jeff.
Probably not. No, but it's
sorry, I don't think it's happening.
I don't know if the people that worked at Alpha Dream started a new company and pitched it maybe, but I don't know. To me, if I worked at Alpha Dream and Nintendo did me dirty like that, I would be kind of feeling like, fuck you. I'm not going to make another Mario and Luigi for you.
Turbo Man says Madden finally comes to the Switch. Boom. If not it announced that either a new F-Zero or F-Zero GX remaster. Has a Madden game not come out on Switch? Because there's been FIFA games on the Switch.
No Madden. Nope.
All right, then. Dr. Turbo says, since we know about the existence of sequels to Hollow Knight and Breath of the Wild, some of my favorite games ever, was something unpredictable, like Cadence of Hyrule, a new creative application of established IPs. Remember how excited we all were when Cadence of Hyrule happened? Like, wow, Nintendo's opening the door to indies playing with their IPs, and there's going to be all this creative stuff.
What foolish bastards we were. Oh my God. That's embarrassing of us to ever have thought that out loud.
It was. I was like, oh wow, they're gonna let the Shovel Knight people make a Mario.
Yeah,
game.
man, I should play Cadence of Hyrule again though. That's a good game.
Jamie H1224 says, for indie sports stories, first party Star Fox Zero and third party Persona. Do you think they're gonna announce this Persona games are coming to Switch also?
Yes.
Jeff, this year at some point?
Yes.
All right. Wildfire Alex says, I mean, I can't really think of anything else besides Metroid Prime 4 getting a freaking release date, or at the very least, a release time frame. A year, Nintendo. Give me a freaking year. Damn it. You were talking about they have to show something for Metroid Prime 4, and I'm like, even if they showed just the logo with 2023 on it, I wouldn't believe that. I almost just wouldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Razzle Jazzled says, like to see an HD remaster of Star Fox Assault, but I don't have my hopes up. Would also love to see a Mario movie trailer so we can get an idea exactly how terrible.
God, I need it so bad
to be. Star Fox Assault is much better than I thought it was when I played it not too long ago. I still don't think a Mario movie trailer happens at some thing that also shows Nintendo video games.
You're probably right, but I don't know. I don't care anymore. I just need to see it.
One Up versus CPU says, I'd love to see the return of New Super Mario Brothers or some kind of 2D Mario. It's about time. What would really make me jump out of my seat would be a new 2D Castlevania or Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer would obviously make me very excited, but I don't know.
And if Konami is teaming up with like Sony for Silent Hill stuff, why not team up with Nintendo for Castlevania stuff? I don't know. Part of me thinks Nintendo would be down with that.
Yeah, I do wonder about that. Then it's like, well, who's making 2D Castlevania?
Right.
Is that Konami anymore? Like, how good is that going to be?
Mercury Steam is busy, yeah.
Right. I mean, yeah, exactly. Who's going to do that? And Inti Creates is, I guess, the obvious answer. Maybe you can just get them to do it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe they're busy. God Rosa says the long rumored Resident Evil Switch game that has been rumored for a while, and I'm kind of shocked that doesn't exist yet, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the RE engine is so good these days that you could put out a Resident Evil game that's going to run fine on Switch even now. But still, it feels like the kind of thing that should have came out a year ago or so.
Jump Matt says, I'd really like a new Wario Land announced. The Wario Land series was so creative, and the Switch is really light on first-party 2D platformers that aren't Wii U ports. It's incredibly light on this.
I would like something just new with Wario and Waluigi in it. Doesn't be Wario Land, doesn't have to be WarioWare, but like a whole new sort of thing featuring those two characters on an adventure.
He even says it would be a good project for Mercury Steam. They can make the next Wario Land or Metroidvania like Wario Land 3. They can't even get Wario Land 3 has still had levels and everything. It'd be if it was a full-on
awesome.
map Metroidvania. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Benji Glaskey says, tired of calling it the sequel to Breath of the Wild. I just want the damn name to be revealed already. It is funny how there's always this cadence with Zelda games for the most part where for a long time we just have to call it the next Zelda game or Zelda Wii or like
the sequel to Breath of the Wild as it's officially known today.
Right. It's like it takes some like normally when I create things, Jeff, naming it is the first thing I have to do. Right. But here we are. Sabinic Toretto says, give me that sweet Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance content I so endlessly crave. Also, Mystical Ninja Goemon for the Nintendo 64 service. Hopefully, get some new, like a big dump, big fat dump of Nintendo Switch Online.
Steaming
games,
hot
please.
dump.
Yeah, it's a Cleveland steamer of them, if you will.
Yes.
We can say that because we live near.
Right.
Cleveland.
Yes, we're allowed. That's our word.
Yeah. Lawsuit says, I wouldn't mind the OLED Switch Lite being revealed. I have an old Diablo 3 edition, which has the old X1 chip, I think. Been meaning to upgrade, but I couldn't justify it. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they have an OLED Switch Lite model. I don't know how excited I would be about that necessarily.
I would be because I'm terribly broken and stupid, but that's me.
I'm smart and not a fool, so it wouldn't mean anything to my superior smart brain. Tampa Bop Lightning says, as the designated sports story guy in the server, I demand a 45-minute breakdown of Sports Story and only Sports Story, along with a shadow drop. Please and thank you, Nintendo. Well, I think he's being plenty reasonable there. Hosp says it's far too soon for any other series to go 3D a la Kirby, so give me Nintendo's take on a management sim as a new IP. No specific genre, just go wild. Animal Crossing has some farming, but doing that once a day doesn't hit the spot like Stardew Valley. What if Wario and Waluigi inherited a farm, Jeff? What do you think about that?
I would love that. That would be fantastic. Like it's
it's only garlic. It's all you grow, variations of
and you
garlic.
have to hot swap between the characters, and Wario is like running the farm. He's doing the management sim stuff, but Waluigi's like actually in the field, like
Waluigi
harvesting.
is breaking ankles.
Yeah, yeah. He goes into town to run errands and stuff. Yeah, that's fantastic.
There you go. Don't pre-order games. Says I'm still waiting for Brood War 64. This is Revan, by the way. He changed his name. That's Revan, if you're wondering. Benny Y says I just want Wind Waker / Twilight Princess. After how many years we have been hearing about its existence, mainly from Jeff. It's your fault, Jeff. I need it. If it's not announced, I'm so afraid I'll turn into some sort of hateful monster.
Oh no.
Maybe that's how Xbox's third was created. Jeff, please make that Twilight Princess Wind Waker collection happen. I will owe you like that. I'm sorry, Jeff's too busy trying to will this Echo the Dolphin game.
That's right. Yes, I'm already using all my energy on that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's like the Green Ranger. He's gonna be tired for a while, and he can't be any more episodes because they're using stock footage from the Japanese show when they didn't have the Green Ranger yet.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
I should have known. I should have known.
That's why it's like I had to stay in the base where we filmed the modern live action sequences, guys.
Yeah,
I can't go fight.
Of course, but I just never put two and two together. That's what was happening there. Of course.
Isn't it incredible?
Yes. Yeah. What a good show.
Right? Gerb Bear says, I want to see the next game from the team behind the criminally overlooked Murder by Numbers, my nominee for best intro sequence on Switch. Billionaire Tim owns the studio now, and if he isn't going to give us reasonably priced rock band instruments, then he can at least give us the next Ed Fear game. I don't know much about this game, Jeff.
Billionaire Tim. Who's the wrestler that used to call him Billionaire Ted?
Billionaire Ted DiBiase.
Oh no,
the $1 Million Man.
$1 Million Man, but Billionaire Ted was it's Ted that owned PBS.
Oh, that's Ted Turner. They used to call him that disparagingly at WWE.
Oh, is that okay? Okay, that's what it was. All right.
Yeah, Billionaire Ted. Yeah, you're right. Mr. Bowler says, if there's any truth to the rumors of the Mario Odyssey team making a Donkey Kong game, I would want to see what that would look like. Otherwise, just give me a release date for Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
It looks like a sequel to Donkey Kong 94 because anything else wouldn't make sense. And I'm sticking to it.
If you want to. I think you're being optimistic. I think you're stretching even more than we are with those Echo the Dolphin noises.
Now I will play whatever trailer they show at 50% speed, and we'll see the truth.
Oh, we are goobers. Turbo Sean says, I know this probably won't actually happen until closer to the 20th anniversary in November, but I'd love to see the official confirmation of Metroid Prime HD. We all know you got it kicking around back there, Doug. Wheel it out. There's a lot of people who are feeling that way, Jeff. They just want to see this thing finally.
Yes, of course.
When he says, I'd like the Tokyo Mirage Session sequel that the Fire Emblem leaks look like, between the setting, the Nahabino clone, and the idea of summoning past Fire Emblem heroes. I'm convincing myself of this. That's interesting. I never thought about it like that. It certainly seems adjacent to that, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to actually be Tokyo Mirage Session.
Probably not, no.
Beef Hammer says, Mike, break out the tin whistle and give me the 007 theme because it's time for the reveal of GoldenEye 007 for Xbox and Switch. I prefer the announcement sooner rather than later, as I don't want to give Nintendo too much time to back out of this deal. And while we're at it, how about they announce some more James Bond games are getting ported? Give me Nightfire. Oh, yeah, give me Nightfire and Agent Under Fire, the superior James Bond games. That's a good. Look out, Echo! There's a monster chasing you. Oh my gosh, how excited. I don't think I can play the James Bond theme. I can't even think about it in my head right now for some reason. No.
Oh, look out, it's 007.
He's here. He's right behind Echo. He's underwater.
Yeah.
If you slow that down,
if you put your sock flute underwater, it sounds just like the James Bond thing.
It sounds just like it. Doc 7 says Pipe Dream is Mario Odyssey 2. When Odyssey came out, Switch's first year, was so creative and solid, very well. A Galaxy 2 style sequel seems like a no-brainer. The more time passes, the less likely it seems. Yeah, Jeff, it almost feels like we should have gotten a Mario Odyssey 2 like 2 years after Odyssey 1 came out.
Yes, it definitely feels like they should have been working on like, oh, we're gonna do DLC. Oh my god, it's so good. We got to turn into its own game.
We got the Luigi balloon DLC,
Yeah.
which I never really quite
Right.
understood.
Every time I turn that on and I see that, I'm like, oh yeah, that thing. And then my kid's like, look, it's Luigi. We love that. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I guess we can go play online real quick. If you want.
I'm kind of repulsed seeing Luigi in Mario Odyssey. It's like no, he doesn't belong in this
Yeah.
game. He's not in this game. I kind of feel like that Mario 64.
He's
No,
not good enough to be
one.
here.
He's not in this one. Sorry. Diogo RP says, realistically, hope to see Wind Waker HD, GoldenEye, and Persona appear. Any of those games will be must plays for me. Pipe dream is the Jeff Grubb rumored Waluigi dating sim. That's what that clip from my Jan is actually about. Sega's making the Waluigi dating sim. If we slowed it down 1,000%, it would just hear.
It's pretty good.
Maybe you have to speed it up, actually. Fish and Love says, I really wish we'll see an Advance Wars release date so that they stop keeping us in the dark. Also hope for a Metroid Prime mention, either Prime Remake or Prime 4. I hope something Metroid, right?
Yes,
Great.
something Metroid. Hang on, this is... Oh, wait, it's playing through the wrong thing. I slowed it down to 100 times, but no, let's not do that. It's gonna be disgusting. Sorry, let me...
Let's see.
Okay, hang on. I gotta select the right thing here. Let's see.
I really hope you're just actually loading up the Waluigi.
No!
Going straight down. That's the joke, please.
I can't. It's not working for some reason.
It's too much.
It's too much. I've broken it. Okay,
You've
all right.
broken it.
Yeah.
All right. It's working right now. Oh, there it is. I did it. Wow. And then Big Turbo says, I want to see the leaked Fire Emblem game. I am in love with the new protagonist with the Joy-Con here. He does have Joy-Con here. Then Ed says, realistic expectation, Alan Wake remastered. Optimistic expectation, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess HD. Delusional expectation is Persona. You don't think Persona's delusional?
No, I don't think it's delusional. At least, there will be some Persona stuff happening, and probably one of those main games, maybe two of those main games, maybe three of them. We'll see.
All right, Jeff, why don't you read these super chats?
All right. I believe I even logged in and everything. Let me scroll down
You're
here.
a hero.
Yes, I know. I mean, you could keep saying it, but I know.
I just don't throw that word around, Jeff.
Old Taco says, I have a work meeting in 10 minutes, so I can't watch live, but hi anyway. Maybe that was 55 minutes ago, so maybe you're out of your work meeting and now you're watching again. Hello. How's it going? Maybe it's one of those important like all-day meetings though, so who knows. Jeremy G, last of the Nintendogs. I think that's fair. Yeah, we'll do that.
Funny.
Yeah.
I'd like that. I would like that. That's a shirt idea for you.
Yeah. James Gold. Yeah, just a shirt. I heard the Dolphin. That's the shirt. Yep. James Gold. Scorsese says comic movies aren't cinema. Are weeb games or are only gamey games? Can we get a pretentious term for real games? Real games is already pretty pretentious.
Just porn, actually.
It's smut. Yeah, exactly.
It's smut. I've never liked looking at a girl.
Real games, the pretentious term is, and I stole this from Justin McElroy, interactivities. Yeah, so it's interactive activity. Interactivities. There you go. PlayStation is better, has something to say. Where was 1 versus 100? Avowed. 007. You lied, bro. Explain.
Explain yourself. I feel like you explain yourself every time he says this, but do you want to do it again?
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. Most of those were speculation. 007.
Well, sometimes you're pretty sure are happening, but you're speculating if they're going to show up.
Right, exactly. Yes, 1 versus 1. I mean, we know about Avowed, but like obviously they just didn't want to show it right now because they're doing their 1 year thing. 1 versus.
I thought you said Avowed probably wasn't going to be there. Did I?
I think I'm like, hey, that could show up. That was definitely one of those that could show up, and I didn't know. I had no idea. But 1 versus 100. I wish that would have shown up, but I just know that's in the works. They did fire, or the guy that was in charge of that team did leave for being a sex weirdo. So, and so hopefully that still happens. And then 007, that game could get announced at a Nintendo thing instead, and Nintendo would probably want more involvement in that. So we'll see.
I think we and a lot of people thought it was going to be at the Xbox
Yes,
thing.
I mean that game is a thing. It was the
it's a
achievements went onto Xbox Live
Right.
like days before that event. So come on.
Right, like that's a real game.
Yes.
It's going to come out. It was pretty realistic to expect it there. Whatever. I mean, I still can't believe that after his thing for so long was about the Kojima game, but then it was just true, and he's just doubling down on this still.
Right, just ignore anything that's inconvenient. J Stud McLovin, Mickey and Lou Albano. Is there a game that didn't click? Oh, he's talking about us, Mickey and Lou Albano.
Yes, I'm Mickey and you're Mario.
Yeah. Is there a game that didn't click for you, but you preserved and eventually fell in love with? Almost every BioWare game is that for me. This definitely happens occasionally. I don't know.
Yeah, I fell in love with this. Like, I didn't like SteamWorld Dig 2 at first, and then I did get into it. I don't know if I'd still say that I loved that game. That might be pushing it.
Well, I'll try Hollow Knight again, and that'll probably be this. That'll probably be that for me.
There you go. And then I'll be happy again. I know,
Finally.
like, when I was playing through all the Final Fantasy games, I know 8 at first didn't really gel with me until the end of disc 1, and then I really got into that one a good bit. But again, love is a strong word, Jeff.
The Axiom with our final super chat so far. We need a Paper Mario plus Waluigi. Yeah, that Mario or Wario and Waluigi in the style of Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be on paper. It should be on like newspaper clippings. It should be much cheaper with Crayola.
Well, yeah, or like magazine cutouts, like a ransom note or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Disgusting.
Yes, I would love that.
That's
Mike,
great.
that does it for the super chats.
Yeah, Jeff, there was one more thing I wanted to ask you, and it is slightly Switch related because Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 did come to Switch. What do you think is up with 4 there? Is it just like how Tony said it was, that was the plan for Vicarious Visions just to go to that next, and instead they just got put under Blizzard basically to put out a fire there, and once that happened, they just had to cancel 3 and 4. I know some people are like, well, now Microsoft's going to own them and bring it back. It's not that easy, though, Jeff. Vicarious Visions, as we know it, is gone. They work at Blizzard now. They can't just suddenly make Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 now. It seems like we lost.
And yes, we lost this one, and it's gone. And when Microsoft is in charge there, it's not like they're going to go in there and micromanage and peel those people off and rebuild Vicarious Visions in the way it used to be. That is done. There's no undoing that. At least not in any way that like looks like it looked right before this happened. It would have to be something completely different, basically. Yeah, I think we're probably. I think it's probably right. I think Tony Hawk nails it. The way he spoke about this seemed very much like he knew what he was talking about, and it seems like he was very involved in trying to make something else happen because Vicarious Visions got busy, and he's like, yeah, they were hearing other pitches, and no one liked anything that we were hearing, and they tried to find other teams. No other teams were good enough to do it. And it's like, man, that sucks. That's terrible. We showed up for that game, right? We showed up for many of these games that Activision put out. The Crash games getting put out again, and then Spyro games getting put out again.
Spyro remakes it very well. Yeah.
These games sell very well, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 plus 2 sold very well. And it's like, okay, we held up our end of the bargain. Just keep making those. And the Call of Duty machine demanded more human blood for its sacrifices to keep working. And it's like, okay. This is actually what is wrong with games right now is that
and this is part of why they wanted to sell. We talked about this before. This is kind of why, and I know like some people are skeptical of it, and it is it's just because of all the trouble there is, and it is that.
Yes,
it is also like it kind of is unsustainable, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Hey, Rachel's in chat. Rachel, you want to co-host Game Mess Mornings with me next week? Let me know what day.
No, it's.
Let me know what day of the week works for you. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right, let me know. Okay. Yeah, there was something I wanted to ask you. Did you see the Meledandri from Illumination Studios doing some interviews about Chris Pratt and how everyone's going to regret being mean to him about it?
I mean, what's he going to say? Yeah, they're right. It's pretty bad. I don't know. I do want to see it, Jeff.
Me too.
Because I still just can't actually imagine what it is.
Yep, me too. Neon White is very good.
Yeah, you've been enjoying it, huh?
I love it. In the first 2 levels, it clicked. It made so much sense. I knew what they were going for, and it immediately hooked me into its score chasing mentality. I think people playing it on Switch seem to really like it as well, so people should pick it up there. It's easily already on my short list for Game of the Year.
Is there a bit of a Mirror's Edge vibe to it?
Sure. Yeah. I think it's like much brisker. It's like, I mean, the thing it reminds me of most right now because of the speed running I did, and it was Astrobot, Astro's Playroom. It is, but like in terms of the way you move, I suppose like that Ghost Runner game is pretty close. But yeah, it is. You're parkouring through stages. I haven't had a wall run yet, but there's like things where like there's like water running across the ground, and if you get into that, it shoots you forward really fast. And it's just about optimizing your movements and finding cool paths. And the game helps you uncover this stuff. I talked a lot about it on the Bombcast today with a bunch of people who are playing it. But just overall, it seems really overwhelming at first. Like this is a game where I was like looking at the trailers, and I'm like, listen, I get it. It seems like it would be for me, but also like I don't know if I want to like have to like figure out all this complexity in every single level, and like because that's so much more than like what Astro was, where it's Astro's just run, jump, you can do a spin jump, you're good, that's it, that's all you could do. Everyone has those same tools. Here it's like you're going to be picking up different cards, and they have a shoot ability, and then they have a discard ability, and it's different. And you need to figure out the best way to use that stuff. Yeah, that's all true. But really, you're going to kind of like have a couple runs where you're figuring out the path. And then the game is going to give you some hints about here's where you could go that would be a huge shortcut. How would you use the stuff we're giving you to do that? And it's actually super fun to figure that stuff out. And then when you pull it off, it feels incredible. The game feels incredible all the time, but it feels really good when you pull that stuff off. So I am just way into it. It is very good, and I highly recommend it. I've played through the first world. I intend to play through the rest here, or at least a bit more of it tonight. But yeah, I'm just in love with it.
I've been playing Sonic Origins, actually, which I think what's it come out tomorrow? Officially?
Right. So tell me how. I was asking Reichert about this, but let me ask you: is this the equivalent in terms of visuals of like the way Super Mario Maker makes Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario World look on a 16:9 screen with like the HD upgrade visuals, but still maintaining the original look?
I think it's closer to the original than even that. It's not quite as glossy as Mario Maker makes it. It almost does just feel like a widening of it in making things a little bit sharper. I would say. Again, now I play the PlayStation 5 version of this game and not the Switch version, so I don't know if anything is too different about it. But I enjoyed it a lot, Jeff. You know, I like these Sonic games. And yeah, having the widescreen support we've had in some of these before. I think Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the only one to get it for the first time. The one thing I really do like is this story mode where you kind of play through all 4 games in like a sequence. And instead of like, you don't have lives. If you die, you just get to go back again. When you get 100 rings, or if you get an extra life now, it gives you a retry in the bonus stages, which is actually really smart. In some ways, it feels even more valuable than an extra life. So it means like, okay, it's a little easier to get all the Chaos Emeralds, but it still feels like something you accomplished because you had to earn those extra tries at it. So I do like that a lot. There are weird things. The biggest issue I've had actually is this weird glitch in Sonic 2 that I know I've seen at least other people say happen, where like Tails, when he automatically follows you around, he'll get off the screen.
Yes.
He'll just appear for a while and then he'll like fly back in. For some reason in Sonic 2, when he disappears at the screen, he just gets stuck, and I could hear him jumping. He just keeps jumping, and he'll do that until you beat the level, and then he'll fly back into frame. And like it was happening a lot. Like most of Sonic 2, I would just hear the whoop.
That's weird.
Whoop.
Okay, that sounds like something they'll fix eventually, right?
Yeah, it sounds like a coding problem with his whole like whatever triggers the teleport him back to Sonic thing wasn't working. Now it's still kind of it's a bad bug. It doesn't like break the game. I can still play it. It sure was annoying. It also didn't seem to be as much an issue in Sonic 3. I'm playing Sonic 3 right now, and that's why my review's not up yet. So I'm going to be doing that tonight. But I like those games a lot, Jeff. Sonic CD specifically, that one is so good. I've listened to that soundtrack constantly. I was even talking to you when I did Game this Morning's video. Like Sonic CD might have the best soundtrack of all time because it has 2 good soundtracks, right?
Right, absolutely.
That Japanese and that English soundtrack, and they're both great. I think Turbo Sean was yelling at me earlier when I said I actually think Sonic 1 might be the best one, and I almost kind of want to stick to that a little bit. It might be CD. Sonic 1 is very, very good. It has the best soundtrack still. Yeah, it's hard for me to say because I like these games a lot. I think the extras, like the porting is very good. The extras are a little lackluster, especially when you compare to like Sonic Jam on the Saturn, which had all these games except for CD and had that really cool 3D world mode. And it had like those really cool like archival stuff and videos. What are you doing? This is me talking about Sonic bore you this
No,
much.
no, no.
What-
I just realized, and you reminded me of this because you're talking about it. I was supposed to draw a Sonic for the Bombcast for them to put on the art. It's probably too late, but I need to draw it, and I'm not sure. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna draw
Yeah,
Sonic
drawing
live.
is not your strong suit.
I am well aware. So I'll do that live while we're finishing up this conversation, but I'll put it over me. Okay, so I'm gonna use blue. I know that much. Okay, so
He is in fact blue.
all
He's
right.
got spikes.
There's his
He's got
tummy.
like a needle nose.
Should I start with the tummy and then?
Yeah, he's basically he's kind of like a snowman. He's a small circle on top of a big circle. They just give him stubby legs and arms. Put a circle inside the tummy for where his tummy is.
Right. And that's kind of like kind of this yellowish thing. There's his tummy. All right, and then is this the blue I was using? So far I got a tummy, and there's a circle inside the tummy for audio listeners, and then I
I
think
like how you drew the nose before anything else
Well,
on
I'm
the
glad
head.
you-
No one does it like that. What's wrong with you? Everyone
everything,
starts with the nose.
everything is wrong with me.
Like, look
I
at
don't know
this.
how to
Why
draw
did you not finish
at
the
all.
first circle?
Listen, if I just draw some boobs on them, we'll win the
is-
challenge. All right.
Yeah. This is the most like vivid and in real time like exploration of your ADHD I've ever seen.
What does he look like? Let me look up the picture of
my
this guy.
God.
All right.
I can talk you through it.
Okay.
Wrap around that blue circle. It should be a full circle.
The tummy or the tummy? Should
Yes.
be, okay, the tummy circle is a full circle. You're right.
Yes, make that a full circle.
Okay.
And then just make a slightly smaller circle on top of that. And make sure the nose is where it should be.
Okay.
You got this.
Am I gonna wait? Does the nose? Wait, can I control Z? Okay, the nose should be like in the middle of the face, though, right? Not like on
If
the
he's
side.
looking that way, it can be on the side. I mean, that's just a matter of perspective. No, don't put it in the middle of his face. Put it on the side.
Okay, all right. There's that. We got a head beginning to take form.
A circle, I see.
Yeah. Okay. So wait. So now do I circle it up like this? Is what you're saying? Oh yeah.
The
this
whole
is gonna-
thing should be a circle. It shouldn't be pointed like that.
shouldn't be pointed
Okay.
like that. All right. Here.
All right.
Oh,
you
I
know what?
fucked up.
Good. No, good enough, Jeff.
All right. Okay.
No.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Finish that circle.
Here we
Gosh,
go.
that other circle.
It's
that
coming
circle
up.
should
All
be
right,
much
I'm
smaller.
circling. Oh, yeah. Now it just looks like a snowman, though. I know you said that's what he looks like, but we've never associated him with a snowman before.
Okay, just draw lines for the eyes and just put a smiley face on him. I think that's the best we're gonna get out of you.
I'm gonna give him the green eyes because I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you like Sonic Adventure Song? Great.
Yes. Let me see here. I'm gonna do that. Cat's eyes. All right, cool.
Cool.
Cool. All right, so now
Smile,
Spikes.
you're gonna be mad.
Oh, he's got to smile. He's got to have a face, right? Okay. He's gonna be grumpy.
There you go.
He looks so
All right,
stupid.
Now
Okay.
put the spikes just going down the right side of his body. Sorry, from the top. Yeah, just going down the right side of his body, and then at the bottom where his butt is, put like a little stubby tail. Yeah, there you go.
And then a little stub. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right where his butt is, put a stubby tail. The spikes keep going.
Do
You
they?
can stop there. Yeah, they do, but you could stop there if you want to. But there are spikes quite a ways down, so that's good enough.
Okay. And then legs.
Legs and arms. Even he wears gloves and shoes. If you really feel optimistic, you could just put circles for the. You're not gonna have much room for the feet. It looks like so you might just be all his shoes. Oh my god! I'm impressed to remember that the arms are fleshy colored.
I'm looking at a picture.
You have a reference still? This is your reference version? This is your version with a reference?
This is the
This isn't a blind drawing of Sonic?
All right, now I'm going to spend a half an hour doing perfectly looking human hands. All right.
With veins,
Yeah.
and fingernails,
Yeah.
and everything like that. This is a nightmare.
I don't know. I think this is pretty good. Why is his nose look so fucked up? All right, where's the flesh again? I need the flesh. Where is this?
Give him human teeth, you coward.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do this.
Photoshop our shirt on top of it.
All right, and then we're gonna do. Why? What do you mean he needs room for legs, or like he just have enough room
Jeff,
for
why
legs?
did you? Why? Okay. It looks,
I
to be
see.
clear,
You're right. I ran out of room. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, well, it also looks like you just put his hand at the end of his tail, but sure.
Yeah, he's like lifting up his tail because he's about to urinate out of his cloacia.
Jeff, you
Okay.
did it. Great job.
Thank you. It's probably too late for the bombcast.
No, I'm sure
but-
they'll find some use for it. Don't worry.
Okay. Let me see here.
Why don't you sign that baby?
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Jeffrey.
Jeff, I want you to know that I drew Sonic once and sent it into the Sonic comic fan letter, and they didn't pick it to post, but it was much better than this.
High school grad.
High school. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, hang on. There we go. Oh, hey, back. Okay. All right. There we go.
Graduate.
Graduate.
Oh, I like how it blends into Sonic now. This is Ohio Sonic.
Okay, I'm gonna save that as a JPEG. No reason to worry about compression in there.
No.
Desktop. I'm just gonna put it on my desktop.
Compression might
I have
help.
it everywhere.
It'd be like when people are like, you need a CRT screen to actually appreciate 16-bit graphics. Yeah, we need this to be a JPEG to release.
Sonic.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I think we've successfully have done a podcast, Mike.
I don't know if I could ever use the word success for anything that happened in the last 10 minutes, but sure. Yeah, you got to post it on Twitter.
Yes, I'll post it on Twitter. I'll make it the podcast art. Maybe we could share it with the podcast. So
Yes,
everyone-
yes. All right, all of you who just had to watch that with me, please let's get us over to 100 likes at least. We're at 95
Yes,
now.
please.
I had to suffer through that before we call it a wrap here. If you
Yeah,
haven't
everyone
liked
like
it.
that, like this. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, and
I
Cider
know
won the
you
call.
don't
That's
like
right.
it. To be clear, I understand
Right,
that,
right,
but
right,
just
but-
pretend and like
Right,
it anyways.
pretend we're dealing with my my drawing abilities
There's a
here.
lot.
This was never gonna go well for anybody.
No.
I hate looking at his face. I hate it. I hate what I've done. Okay, Mike, wrap
All
us
right,
up.
everybody.
Get me out of here.
Hey, next week's topic is so everyone's making a big to do about Sonic and Sonic 3 and Knuckles like replace music tracks. And Jeff, I just don't care.
Yep.
Even like two of them were good. Like the one of them was really good. One of them is the Carnival Night song. Everyone's like, I can't believe they replaced Carnival Night. Carnival Night is literally like the most annoying, obnoxious circus songs, right? Like they sampled that da 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 da, and turned to, and everyone's like, I can't believe they replaced that. I was like, did you like listening to that? Really? So, I mean, I get people being support. I'm surprised there are people who are like, I'm not gonna buy it now. Like, I'm surprised that's the deal breaker.
Right.
Is the like, whatever. But so I kind of think that Sonic 3's whole soundtrack is overrated. So I do want to know, what do you think is the most overrated Nintendo soundtrack? I think that could be a fun topic.
That sounds good.
So let's go with that. All right, Jeff. Where can people find you at?
Go to giantbomb.com. Go to Jeff Grubb on Twitter. That's where I'm at.
All right, I am at gamesbeat.com, the other GB site.
That's right.
And I am Tokoto on Twitter and Twitch, 90s Disney, 90s Disney.com. We'll be back on Thursday nights now for GamesBeat Decides.
That's right, Thursday
Game
nights.
Mess Decides. Oh, God.
Game Mess Decides.
Get in
Let's
there.
just call it Decides for short, because that's what I've been doing to
Decides.
avoid. Show up for Decides. Yeah, there you go.
It's a bad name on its own.
Yeah, sure, but I mean,
nonsense.
at least we won't mess it up anymore. God.
It'll still mess it up.
Well,
Trust
well,
me,
it's
that.
still technically Game Mess Decides, but like just the cool kids are too busy. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Style.
Echo.